A government shutdown is now threatening to bring air travel to a halt, with officials warning some U.S. airports could be forced to shut down entirely if the crisis drags on. It's something that could have major impacts on the city of Charlotte, with tens of thousands of travelers passing through the airport each and every day. Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot May-Kay Beeler joining us now to talk about the latest comments from TSA leaders as pressure mounts for a resolution here. May-Kay?
Well, you know, Annie, the shutdown has already triggered severe staffing shortages at TSA checkpoints, and conditions are quickly getting worse. So at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport, security lines are stretching for hours as only a fraction of the screening lanes remain open. Airport leaders say they're operating just 1/3 to 1/2 of normal staffing, a situation they warn is not sustainable. The deputy administrator of the TSA gave an update to Congress Wednesday, stressing these issues could last for months.
As the shutdown drags on, we fear we will continue to lose talented and experienced employees to other jobs that can provide a steady paycheck. Not only is the shutdown decreasing the number of interested candidates, for those we are able to hire, they are required to complete 4 to 6 months of training before they are certified to work at checkpoints. At this point, newly hired officers will not be able to work on the checkpoint until well after the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Officials say if the political stalemate in Washington drags on, airports may have no choice but to scale back operations or shut down altogether because passengers, they simply cannot be screened fast enough to keep flights moving safely. President Trump's order to send immigration agents to airports is drawing criticism from lawmakers who warn it could further worsen an already strained situation. TSA leaders say multiple airports are experiencing greater than 40% call-out rates, and more than 480 transportation security officers have now quit during the shutdown. And according to the FAA, an average of 2.3 to 2.9 million airline passengers fly within the United States every day, and that amounts to over 45,000 flights daily. TSA leaders did not say exactly which airport should, maybe shut down entirely, if any, and we're going to keep you updated as we learn more.
Now, when people hear this, and you fly out of Charlotte, maybe you're a business traveler and you travel every week. We should point out the likelihood of Charlotte Douglas closing down is probably very, 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 very small. It's the 6th largest airport in the world, right?
Very unlikely. Mm-hmm. I'm not an official and I don't have a crystal ball, but no, I don't see any way that Charlotte would. I think officials are talking about small regional airports, like maybe Piedmont Triad International Airport, smaller regional airports that don't have as much traffic. And it's not that much of an inconvenience for those folks in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point to drive to Charlotte to catch a flight. But to shut down a major hub like Charlotte, there's no way they're going to let that happen.
Right.
If they do, I'll be surprised.
Well, I mean, that would just amount into chaos because when you shut down a smaller regional airport, that's still going to have a pretty big impact on Charlotte Douglas, right?
Yes, it will. And it's a great airport and it's so convenient, but it's slower. It's not as hectic. And most folks fly here to Charlotte anyway, if they're going far away.
Yeah, to connect through.
Exactly.
As we know, everyone has gotten stuck at one point or another during a connection in Charlotte.
Yes.
So, all right, May-Kay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Annie.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.